Good morning. It is 7:37 a.m. on Saturday, November 7th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, September 7th is sometimes known as N7 Day, because sure, why not? Okay. If you don't already know what that is, there's no way you would guess from that. So, the Mass Effect games video games had your main character as part of the N7, sort of like Navy SEALs sort of, military unit. And so N7 kind of became a number, code associated with that character. And so when BioWare, the video game publisher, doesn't have any new Mass Effect stuff for a year, but they want to kind of keep the brand in people's minds, is like, oh, well, how about we have an N7 day where people talk about Mass Effect some more and stuff, which, is fine. Like, I'm not trying to be cynical about that or anything. It's more just a matter of, I know a lot of people, including myself, who really like those games, and so having the opportunity to say, oh, yeah, Mass Effect, not a bad thing. But so, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Um, Gosh, now I'm all sidetracked in my brain. I have been this week, um, as a sort of soothing strategy, been watching a ton of old seasons of Bob's Burgers because I've watched a lot of the show, but not the newer seasons. And then I actually decided, because it's all on Hulu, that because I couldn't remember quite where I left off, I'll just start from the beginning again. So I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers as kind of just something to have on in the background, and that's a fun show. I like that show quite a bit. Um, and it's also just been kind of the perfect example of comfort food, right? But on the opposite end of that spectrum, I also had recognized that I had been consuming too much sugar recently. And by recently, I mean for 8 months. Because it kind of comes on slowly. I definitely have a sweet tooth and I know it. But occasionally it'll be a thing where it's like, well, it's fine to have a little bit every so often. But over time, you make tiny, tiny steps in a certain direction until it's at the point where you are eating a lot frequently. And, so I am currently in the process of trying to cut that back dramatically. And I know that that's the right thing to do. But I'm at the point where it's like I was eating sugar a lot because I like it. And now that I'm not doing it, I miss it. And it makes me sad a little bit. um, but it's one of those things. So I'm kind of just that's a thing that's happening. Also, I guess I need to get a new computer mouse because my scroll wheel just magically stopped working yesterday, and that's very annoying to be going without. I also recognized today that I realized I didn't ever transfer over my, this Tuesday's so many levels to, to get all that posted, the audio and video of it, and so I need to do that. And then we have Rime of the Frost Maiden later tonight. So, stuff's happening. But boy, this week has just been a hell of a week, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I certainly am giving myself permission to have not gotten to some things right away. That's just kind of how it goes. And in the meantime, you got to kind of keep moving forward and getting things done. Oh, I remember the other thing that I was going to mention is that yesterday there's a new show certainly being marketed as, oh, from Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. And although I would say Nick Frost is one of the stars and Simon Pegg is kind of in it as a secondary character who is limited to one location. Um, but it's called Truth Seeker, and it's kind of like a ghost hunting sort of show. It's weird. I've watched 4 episodes of it. They're half-hour episodes, and I'm not sure it's great. I expected more when those two names are invoked, just given that um, Shaun of the Dead and World's End and Hot Fuzz are wonderful movies. Feels lesser. Like there's several bits that just feel like they don't quite work. And also the thing is that it's the tone is very unclear. It's not obvious that it's actually intended to be complete comedy, but some bits definitely are intended. Like there's lots of like the joke that it tries for a lot is like a ghost story jump scare that turns out to be something innocuous, um, but like played as a joke. Um, which like okay, I mean, so I'm honestly I'm gonna keep watching it, but I would say mixed reviews so far. So I'll let you know when I've finished the existing season to let you know if I turns my opinion around on it. But I will say at least so far I'm a little disappointed. Okay, so I'll leave it there for now. I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes. Tomorrow is Sunday, but I am still continuing my current hiatus of the cartoon rewatches just because it felt like it was getting into a rut and I wasn't looking forward to it. So I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes doing normal stuff.